is, running it down on these niggas.
Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we get it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that raw and fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas will never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
How the traps right, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. Knew I never seen another nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back. Niggas.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. You already know what it is, man. Yo, this video right here is shout out to Fat Joe. I want to say shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to Terror Squad. Shout out to the whole Terror Squad movement. Shout out to Pistol Pete. Shout out to everybody in the whole Terror Squad, man. Miami, all the real solid brothers. You know, Rich Player, Fat Joe, just the whole Terror Squad movement. Tony, Sunshine, all of them, man. Just shout out the whole Terror Squad. Let me say this, right? People been violating and slandering Fat Joe name for too long when it comes to this Big Pun shit, right? I'm going to keep it all the way real, right? Big Pun wife need to stop acting like she a saint. She's not a saint in the whole situation, okay? It was exposed, you know, allegedly she had relations with Pun brother, whole lot of stuff that was put out there about her. So, you know, and then she made it about her. It should be about, you know, his son, you know, because his son is the one that's an artist. His son is the one that wants a career in the industry. So when you got people that's hating on Fat Joe, who all he does is rep his man. All he do is rep Big Pun. That's all he do. He ain't never disparaged him. He ain't never slandered him. He ain't never did nothing. He repped his brother. Right? Now, Pun wife, on the other hand, has disparaged the man. Called the man an abuser, domestic abuser. You know, even his son made a diss track on Pun talking about that. I mean, like, damn, man. Like, this man's legacy, he not even here to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? And what I think she poisoned, you know, dude. You know what I'm saying? Poison his children. And that's what a lot of women do. They poison their children. You know what I'm saying? And Fat Joe wasn't rocking with that. That's his man's, and he not going to let nobody slander his man's. That's a loyal friend. Fat Joe's a loyal friend. And what I've seen dudes do, you know what I'm saying? What I've seen dudes do is slander that man's name. Cuban Link, calling him a snitch with 5 Guard, and, you know, others that was running around 10 toes down, was running around with that paperwork and trying to put false allegations on Fat Joe. False allegations, not real, not certified, not official, just certified fraudulent allegations saying that man was an informant, knowing that man wasn't no informant, knowing that was a lie, knowing that he ain't know them dudes, knowing the dude even said he didn't know Fat Joe, and the dude even said he was a liar. So when dudes talk about Fat Joe, like Whack 100 and all that, like Whack 100 need to be helping out Chris Rivers. Stop trying to help out the nigga wife, because she trying to slander Big Pun name, and she not even being like, say what you want about Faith Evans. When it come to Biggie, she said her and Biggie went through they mess, but you'll never hear her say, oh, Biggie was beating on me, Biggie was doing this, She just said, me and Biggie had our faults, I had my faults with him, and that's it. But when you got people that want to slander because they getting exposed, Pun's sister exposed Liza. You know, his own sister exposed her. His own sister. Pun's own sister exposed her. Pun's sister said she got nothing, but she didn't disparage Joe's name, but Pun wife is disparaging Joe's name. Why is that? Why is that? It's sort of like the Jaguar Wright situation. A lot of people don't deserve help. I'm just keeping it real. The kids, I understand. Help the kids. But her, she don't deserve no help. She slandered Fat Joe name too long and stop slandering the Dawn name. I'm going to keep it real. I got mad respect for Fat Joe. You'll never hear me slander Fat Joe name. Fat Joe was a real one. I heard that from my fam. Fat Joe is a real one. He look out for his people. That's why he has loyal people around him. That's why he got Percy. That's why he got Pistol. That's why he got all them loyal, good brothers around him, because he's loyal. He's loyal to his people. You know? There's people that are on the internet that is trying to tarnish that man's name. Because either it's out of fear, intimidation, whatever it is, or you trying to get this man indicted. That's all it is. Because anybody that tries to lie on a man's name, a real dude like Fat Joe, that's a good brother, that's some corny shit. And that's why I like Fat Joe. That's why I like that Fat Joe ain't even studying. Like Fat Joe, like I told Wack, Fat Joe ain't studying that. He never had no issues with this woman. He just didn't like that the woman was defaming Big Pun's name. After this man died, she went on E! Network and defamed this brother's character, defamed his name. This man is a legend in the Bronx. Fat Joe, Big Pun, they put on for the Puerto Ricans on a higher level. And Big Pun was one of the cornerstones because he was Grammy nominated. Capital, your name was being slandered like how Fat Joe name is being slandered. You would understand why he feels the way he feels and why he's not squashing anything, because these people slander his name and make him look like he was a piece of shit when it's the other way around. You know, so a lot of y'all dudes got to stop that, man. Stop lying on this brother name, man. You know, if he was such a bad dude like they said he is, Remy wouldn't have him up here. Pistol Pete still wouldn't be rocking with him. A lot of people wouldn't still be rocking with him. It's the people got to understand, man. People want to be hang-oners, you know, and that's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? And people need to check itself. Look, even though Fat Joe don't rock with Charlie Rock LD, he still gave that man his flowers in his book. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people got to understand, Joe not all bad like y'all trying to say. He looked out for Pun. Pun never said this man was doing this and that to him. His wife is saying that. The same one that's saying that Pun was an abuser and was beating her and all that, when we don't know what happened. And people saying that man loved his family. And his sister said the same thing. But this is what she's running around with to try to get a story. And I don't like that. That's that BS. And that got to be checked. Don't drag Fat Joe name and this one name in the BS, because y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that. That man was trying to help out Pun's son, but because of what his mother put in his head, the man just, you know, cleaned his hands and just, you know, washed his hands and just do what he got to do. You know, because you can't try to destroy a man's character and make him seem like he's a bad person and he's a bully and he's a tyrant when that's not true. People is picking on this man. You know, so shout out to Fat Joe, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fat Joe. That's a good brother. People need to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot of hate. I think it's a lot of saltiness. Cuban Link is bitter because of what happened to him. And all he could do, he tried to make it right, and then he goes and still want to kick Joe's back in. Put false paperwork. Like, dude shouldn't even listen to you when you try to jack fake paperwork on that man. Dude shouldn't even listen to the Cuban Link. You know, and Pun wife, it's a money grab with her. She was wrong. You know, at the end of the day, she called her husband, Pun, an abuser, knowing this man is deceased. He can't defend himself. He got family, his sister's watching this. And, you know, have some respect. But people want to, you know, jack the story of the people that are the leeches. You know, it is what it is. Shout out to Big Pun, man. You know, R.I.P. And definitely Shout out to Fat Joe. And, you know, I hope, you know, Chris Rivers, you know, Wack help out Chris Rivers. You know, not so much with his mother and her whole telenovela, you know, whole soap opera story, you know, because that's nothing but a bunch of, you know, bestseller, you know, Corinne Steffens type of novel BS, you know. That's bad business. That's bad business. It's bad dope right there. We need to basically, you know, support him and his music and not try to wage a war with Fat Joe and slander Fat Joe, because Fat Joe's a good dude. Stop with this Fat Joe slander. I'm sorry.